Great. Let's go on to question 7 now. Are there any particular breathworks which will benefit or which also should be avoided? Yes, definitely. So again, we have covered the breathworks in the yoga part where we are flowing. So, and these breathworks really help you. So I've had clients who really get very angry, frustrated, major mood swings during periods, and the breathwork can then really help you. So the good ones are dirgha pranayama, like 3-part breathing, and alternate nostril breathing is a very good one, and left nostril breathing is good. You can do brahmari, which is good if your mind is just not sitting calm, it's just overactivated, talking too much, so that'll be good. And also Sheetkari pranayama. So if there's like too much of heat in your body, you want to cool down a little bit, again very frustrated, Sheetkari pranayama will be very good. All of this is covered into our yoga flow video. And which ones should you avoid? So just as I told before, Kapalbhati is something that you should avoid. Bastrika, where bellows breath, where again you're doing forceful breath, so that should be avoided. Because that will increase your pelvic tension and then not so good for the whole cramps and everything. Any breath work which is holding a lot, right, and putting pressure on that, just avoid that mainly. Beautiful. Question 8 is, what is the best position to rest if I am having cramps, right? So you would definitely want to rest, and one of my favorite positions is a reclined butterfly. So just literally, as the name suggests, you're lying down and your legs are in the butterfly position. So you can keep pillows under your knees and rest your knees on the pillows, and if you want, you can keep a pillow under your hip bone, and you just keep both the soles of your feet together, and you can rest in that position for like 15 to 30 minutes, whatever is comfortable for you. And then another very good position is lying onto your left side, right? So just lying on your left side with both your knees slightly bent and keeping a pillow between your knees. All of these positions really help you in relaxing those pelvic floor muscles and helping you into resting and getting your cramps down, getting more energy for your body to do the other tasks which is important into your body right now. Okay. And definitely, if you feel like if your body is asking to sleep on the right side, that's okay. You don't have to force it, but just the left side sleeping would concentrate more on your digestive system, more blood circulation towards it, and less pressure from the other organs. Another position which can be really, again, very grounding for you if you're having major mood swings, so that is resting in the child's pose. You can rest in that pose again for 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever's more comfortable for you. You're not compressing your abdomen too much, but you're just resting in that pose. So that is also a good one. If not, even doing it for 5 to 10 minutes is also pretty good and relaxing. So see how you go with that. Great. So now coming on to question 9. I watch movies to distract from pain instead of taking heavy painkillers. Is that okay? And does position matter in that as well? Yes, 100%, it's fine. I'm the same. So I had a very similar question as well, how would Ayurveda say about it? Like, it's very non-technological, should you do that or not? So yes, that is fine. You can do the distraction. In fact, you can rest in one of the resting positions that we discussed above, right? And till the time actually when your movie gets over, you will automatically, because you were distracted and you were in a good position, your pain would already be reduced. So that is good, and that is okay to be done. But the only thing that Ayurveda would say is avoid watching anything which is too stimulating, which is very violent movies or anything which produces even more anger and frustration in you. So yeah, that is generally, if you think about it, you should be avoiding that. Instead, watch more happy stuff and more light stuff, so that's of course the best thing for you at this stage. Now question 10. Sometimes I feel like resting down on the ground, and my mom suggests it's better too. Is that true? Well, I would suggest comfort is your priority. It depends. If you've got an actually firm bed and if you feel much comfortable on that, go for it. But if I talk about myself sometimes, when I'm in that like just the starting of my periods and I'm into that phase where I really want actually to touch the tiles, so actually being on the ground makes me feel better. So like even like non-carpeted ground, right? So I think that is something like earthing, and it will act as natural antioxidants, which will be good, neutralizing those effects. Okay. So that is also one reasons why it would be feeling good for me. But otherwise, if you think about your spine and stuff, and if your bed is like too saggy, you will actually not be comfortable on that, and you might have more low back pain and low back issues if you are on that sort of bed. So yes, at that moment, but definitely have all your blankets, all your pillows, and good stuff around you, a warm herbal tea around you. So definitely pamper yourself. Is it true that one should not even wash their hair while period? I wouldn't say so. No, hygiene is so important, and even the Ayurvedic text, it's not clearly written that you should not be washing your hair. They just say this one thing that which I don't think anyone of us would do, is washing your hair with immensely cold water, spending too long into your shower, and then also like coming out, sitting in the air and very cold air on your hair as well. So again, that is just opposite to the flow. I know there's not much scientific evidence on it, but that's true. Like if you're doing something like this, and generally women will feel that if they have done something like this, they would have more of cramps, more of mood swings. So just all the negative things that you see coming with your periods. So that is one take on Ayurveda, but otherwise maintaining hygiene is really important. So see how you go with that. Just having your normal hygienic routine should be okay. What about the best form of menstrual products, pads, cups, or tampons? Well, according to science, anything is okay, except for just with tampons, there is this very rare risk of toxic shock syndrome, TSS. But that's the thing. And in fact, they say menstrual cups are pretty good environmentally and usage friendly, like pocket friendly as well. However, I have tried all of these. Maybe it's a me thing, but even according to Ayurveda is not with tampons or menstrual cups so much. They say that it does restrict the blood flow. And I have experienced that none, either like tampons or menstrual cups, don't work very well for me. So I have still stuck to organic cotton pads and see how your body responds to these things. But yes, it has still helped a lot of people to remain onto the organic cotton pads. Of course, changing it according to like 4 hours, the max 4 to 6 hours, that max you should be keeping it. But yes, you can do your research on that, and depends on how your blood flow and everything is. So yep, that is with pads, cups, or tampons. Moving on to the next one. What other things should I be aware of? So just as we were talking about, cold baths and stuff, lukewarm water is definitely better. So anything very, very cold will actually do that vasoconstriction, actually cause more of that contractions, and that isn't the best because it will increase a lot of tension in your body. So is not very much supportive of what your body is asking for right now, So that's that. And then often people would say I do get very emotional, I would cry. It is okay, if you're crying, let it out, it's okay. There is more production of oxytocin, which will help you anyway. So that is okay. And laughing out a lot, so that it's okay. It's okay. You can laugh, of course. Laughter is so good, right? This is very shocking to me when I heard of this. So they say that too much of laughing, excessive laughing for long periods of time, can again actually imbalance a little bit, because that air is, or that energy sort of is pushed in a different direction. So, but definitely again, still monitor your symptoms. But yes, according to Ayurveda, that is one of the things they say. So moving on to now the interesting part, that is the foods and drinks and all questions related to that. So any specific foods or drinks that help with cramps? Definitely. We'll start with what stuff you can drink, because often this happens to me and a lot of my other clients and friends that I've spoken to. They don't feel like eating anything day one, like not the whole day, but just initially when they've just got periods, right? So if you don't feel like eating anything, and do not force yourself, once you are hungry or you feel like eating something, you take. Even having like small frequent meals during your periods is okay. Even I know you would be following, if you are following like a diet plan, that these are the 2 times, these are the 3 times that I eat my meals, then definitely you can go out of structure. It's okay during your periods. It's actually a good thing we girls get. We can take a break from that regular routine, but still stick on to the healthy routine, healthy stuff, right? So coming on to the herbal drinks which can help, I would say depends on what kind of your body is. Okay, so if you're not having that much of blood flow, it's a little bit scanty, you're not too much heated, your body's not too much heated, you're not towards that pitta personality, right? So then you can have like ginger boiled in water, which is a very good form, which will help you in relieving, it's anti-spasmodic, anti-inflammatory, so it should generally help with your cramps and stuff. It is proven by a lot of ways that it is really helpful, because you have gingerols and sugarols, which are very powerful anti-inflammatory and anti-spasmodic substances. Another one is fennel seeds, really good, and this does not matter like if you are having heavy blood flow and menstrual cramps as well. Fennel seeds are something really good. You can just chew on them, or you can boil them with water, or just like dip it into hot water for some while, and then you have the herbal tea. Really beneficial, helps me a lot. And this one contains anethol, which is also antispasmodic. Most of these seeds that we're going to talk about and their herbal teas have those antispasmodic, anti-inflammatory properties. All right, next one is carom seeds. So again, that's a little bit heating, so if your blood flow is not pretty clear, it's good to actually have that. So carom seeds and cinnamon. So cinnamon as well is more of that. It'll help you with the blood flow if you have a scanty blood flow, and if you have pain, and if you don't have that much of pitta in your body, then you can be taking carom seeds, cinnamon herbal tea, that should be fine. But otherwise, you can be taking chamomile tea, which is more calming, soothing, and will help you with all of that qualities. Okay, so these were all the herbal teas. Definitely keep your hydration up. Now we can move on to the foods. So the most easily digestible things, and you would want to have warm during this time usually, right? So you can take steamed vegetables. Some of the examples would be carrots, pumpkin, spinach or leafy greens. But if you're having leafy greens, then make sure you boil it really well, you cook it really well. And then sweet potato, these are really good ones. Zucchini, if your vata is dominant, you see how you go with that. But definitely go through your dosha type and try to eat according to that, but avoid too heavy things, They usually say broccoli, cauliflower. It can be really like something very heavy. So stick on to the easy digestible foods that will really help you. Then if you talk about whole grains and lentils, then rice is good. I am not a big supporter of brown rice. But rice is good. Like white rice is easily digestible. You just cook it the right way. Okay, oats are good. Barley is good. Again, look at your body dosha and then go accordingly. Quinoa, moong dal, mung beans, really good. If we talk about nuts and seeds, definitely soak them. Otherwise, it's too heavy, too difficult for your body to digest them, right? At least 4 to 8 hours of soaking is important. So walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, really good during this time. Dark chocolate, of course. We all know it and we all crave for it. So yes, dark chocolate, which is rich in magnesium as well, can help you. So that is something good to bounce into. Not so much, not in excess, of course, in a limited amount. If I were to suggest some meals, it's all displayed on my screen. It would something be like red lentil soup with quinoa or rice. If you know khichdi, what khichdi is, that is also very good, very, very easily digestible, good at this period of time. Mung bean curry, dal with rice, warm vegetable soup, rice or oat porridge, like savory or sweet. And then you can have a look at our other options as well. So next question, can I have dairy? I've heard that we should not have it during periods. Well, yes, you can have dairy if you're someone like me who loves milk. I had stopped milk for a long time. I had gone vegan, but that didn't help me so much. We'll talk about that some other day. But yes, especially if your milk is nice and warm and you have added spices to it, like turmeric, or some people, according to their body type, dried ginger, or if you have nutmeg, in it, or cinnamon, cardamom, etc. So that can really help in the digestion and of course provide you with all those nutrients that you require. But if you're someone who cannot digest dairy very properly, like that it's not suitable to your gut, or if you've already in the past, if you've had dairy, it increases your cramps, then you might want to avoid it, because yes, it can happen in some cases. Because it contains arachidonic acid, it can sometimes increase the menstrual cramps, right? But that is not very often seen with a lot of people. Still needs more research on it. But if you have noticed something like that, then maybe avoid. And even if you're having milk, I would say definitely avoid like very cold milk or cold smoothies, really heavy on digestion, and it will impair your whole system that's going on. So have it warm and spiced, be supportive with your digestive system, and then definitely you can have milk. All right, so next question is, can I have fruits during periods? Yes, but see again, because I sometimes get bloated with apple. So if you have noticed something like that, then maybe avoid that fruit. And the timings would not, so early morning is not the most appropriate time, but maybe late in the afternoon, just as a snack, it would be a really good option. So one of the fruits is bananas, which can be really good because it's rich in potassium and magnesium. So that will help you a bit with your cramps. So that's a good option. Other fruits that you can also enjoy are pomegranate, because it's high in iron and antioxidants. Papaya, really good because it contains the papain enzyme, which can help you a lot with your cramps. Papaya, it contains papain enzyme, which actually supports the uterine contraction. So that would be really good. Then berries, you can have blueberries, strawberry, raspberry, dates and figs, really good for you. I love both of them. And apple is also good to provide you that natural sugar and stuff like that. However, what to avoid? Avoid citrus foods and avoid like very unripe fruits, And again, just as I said, cold smoothies and stuff with fruits, like even if you're not having milk, but still if you're having any cold like fruit shake or something like that, avoid that. It's not very easy on your digestion. It increases bloating and stuff like that. It will then impact your whole menstrual time as well. I crave a lot for sweets or sugar or chocolate. So I do get it, and one of the studies showed that it can be because you're craving serotonin, right? So you can enjoy indulge into nice healthy sweet stuff like good protein balls, which are easily digestible again, and just like dates and figs and fruits that we just spoke about. And if you're Indian, you know about laddus, the ones made with jaggery. What are absolute no-nos during your periods, or what to avoid? So cold or raw foods, avoid that. Yes, I am talking about raw foods, including salads. Most of the people during periods, right, it's not very suitable for you. It's not very easy on your digestion. You really have to, put a lot of energy into your digestion. And right now you want more energy for your reproductive system, okay? So absolute no-no would be very cold or raw foods, or cold like ice cream and stuff as well. Definitely, as you would know, no to deep fried foods and stuff. So hard on your digestion. You don't want that. excessive sugar. I know you're craving for sugar, but we just gave you the alternatives. But if you actually have a lot of sugar, that can definitely, you would be knowing about it, causes a lot of inflammation, sugar spike, and then it can make your cramps worse, right? Your mood swings worse. So try to avoid that for sure. Just find alternatives. All right. Another stuff, when we come to drinks, you would want to avoid excessive of caffeine or even carbonated drinks. Again, that will play up with your digestive system. So you would want to avoid that. Also, very spicy or pungent food at this time, avoid that. It will cause more burning sensation, more troubles with your whole menstruation process. Warm foods is the key. Have easily digestible foods, just as discussed, and otherwise you can always use ChatGPT, tell it your body type, see what is the good thing, see what you've got in the kitchen, and try to make a recipe for yourself from there, right? See how you go with that. It is the technological world. Overall, I would just say listen to your body, right? And at least try a few things from this. If you're doing a lot of these mistakes, maybe just start on with 1 or 2 things, and then slowly, as you see the effects, I'm sure you'll come back to the video and you'll be like, okay, I need to do more of these things to feel even better. And I'm sure you will, because it's not just me. There are a lot of other people who have found so many benefits doing such rituals and routines. All right. Honor your cycle. It isn't your weakness. It's actually a boon to you that you are lucky to be born as a woman. You can detoxify your body once a month. If you have still not watched our yoga flow video that you can do during your period, it's just linked here. See you then.